Hello, I'm John Kennedy's Cleemac. The second part of our holiday storm is here. We're going to take a live look at conditions outside. Scattered showers expected throughout the day, and a flood watch still in effect right now. Meteorologist Marcos Mora is tracking it all for us. Marcos.
Hey, John, we're looking at a rainy morning. These showers are expected to continue well into this afternoon. And even though we've got dry conditions now in most of western LA County, we are still looking at some cells coming up to Oxnard that could produce some heavy downpours. And then most of the precipitation is moving eastward. So if you're in our Orange County viewing area, Inland Empire, we should see that precipitation stay above those cities. Northridge completely dry, as well as Burbank. But look at Santa Ana, Anaheim, Fullerton, Mission Viejo. You're getting some pretty heavy rain also near Irvine and Huntington Beach. Now, Inland Empire still looking dry for areas like Riverside, but we'll see that precipitation move northeastward. Right now, temperatures coming in the 50s for Santa Clarita, 57 in Van Nuys. We've got 54 out in Ontario and 59 in Santa Ana, so you definitely want to bundle up because it is going to be pretty chilly the next couple of hours. So our chance of rain still pretty high in Anaheim up until 5, 6 p.m. But after that point, we're going to start seeing those dry conditions that will stick with us for the weekend. So rain and snow today, a little bit of snow in the mountains. And then for Monday and Tuesday, we'll actually have Santa Ana winds, result of a high pressure that will be developing over California. But for next week, we'll start to see Wednesday an increasing chance of rain, and that'll stick with us all the way through Friday. So we do have wet conditions to end this year and to start the following year. We've got to look at that model of precipitation coming up next, and also your extended forecast.
Thanks, Marcos. The rain has led to hazardous driving conditions and water rescues even. NBC4's Dana Griffin shows us the hardest hit areas.
This is day 3 of that massive atmospheric river system that has drenched the West Coast. Homes, cars buried in mud and debris, and these impacts could linger into the weekend. Flood watches remain as water continues to dump across the state. Officials say these are dangerous conditions that are shaping up. We've had hundreds of rescues, some people even having to be lifted by helicopter off of their roofs. In the Bay Area, tens of thousands were left Christmas Day without power. Wrightwood, the hardest hit community, they had a wall of mud and debris go through their town. Many people there stranded for several hours. Officials say even as the storm starts to clear out, they want people to be vigilant because the ground remains saturated, unstable, which means that tree limbs can fall at any time. Also, on the opposite end of the country, there is a significant winter storm taking shape. Up to 4 to 8 inches of snow could fall in New York and northern Pennsylvania. Back to you.
Thanks, Dana. The rain was too much for this huge tree in Woodland Hills, came crashing down overnight and has been blocking the street ever since. And NBC4's Lauren Coronado shows us it wasn't the only one.
A few days of rain, and we're starting to see the impacts of the storm. Saturated soil and trees just like this one coming down. It's taped off right now, too. It's blocking a large portion of the street. We're in a residential neighborhood on De La Guerra Street, just off Topanga Canyon Boulevard here in Woodland Hills. Neighbors I talk with say they're not surprised this happened.
But it's not unusual. Every time it rains in this area, every time it rains, we can't get our cars out of our driveways.
Big tree. Lots of water, game over.
And John Kay lives down the street. He says a tree came down near his home, too.
The lights were on, and then the lights were off. Sounded like thunder, you know. And that's what happens with the rain. Gets on the trees, and down they go. So Christmas Eve was just like 1795.
And then are you surprised to see down the road this tree that came down? This is a big one.
No.
It doesn't look like it fell onto any cars, and there are no signs of damage to homes, so that's the good news. Not the case in Ventura, though. Check out this tree. It toppled over, and part of it crashed right onto a home on Telegraph Road. The family living here says they were inside with loved ones celebrating Christmas when they heard a cracking noise just before the tree came down.
Trying to enjoy Christmas Day, and Mother Nature came in and did her thing for us. We're just grateful that we're okay. No one's harmed, and we're good.
Jack Carrera with a positive outlook. And this is a view from inside the home where Jack says they're dealing with a leak now. But again, he says he's just grateful no one was hurt. Back out here on De La Guerra in Woodland Hills, no signs of crews just yet, but it will be quite the cleanup operation. Reporting in Woodland Hills, I'm Lauren Coronado, NBC4 News.
The Pacific Palisades is extending its evacuation warning because of the storm. People there should be ready to go at a moment's notice. Not just the Palisades, though. This goes for the burn scar areas near the Hearst and Sunset fires, too. Those communities could experience power outages, debris flows, and flooding. Same goes for Altadena near the Eaton fire burn scar. This is just one of the mudslides we've seen so far. They put down part of East Loma Alta Drive. And this is what it looked like, a mud flow on Christmas Eve. Family lives nearby told us that they blocked off their home with sandbags. Their home is surrounded by lots left empty by the Eaton fire. And earlier this year, a storm flooded their garage and driveway.
It's been crazy. Beginning in January with the fires, with all of that, and then all the destruction around, and then now just dealing with all the mudslides. It's been pretty rough year. It's a little difficult for sure, but we had family in last night for Christmas Eve, so that obviously felt a little bit more normal.
No timeline yet for when this portion of East Loma Alta Drive will reopen. You can track this storm anytime with our NBC LA app. It gives you direct access to our First Alert radar network so you can monitor the conditions in your specific neighborhood. You can also sign up for customizable weather alerts. Kwanzaa begins today. The 7-day holiday honors African-American culture, heritage, and community. And this morning's rain is not raining on Leimert Park's Kwanzaa parade. NBC4's Brittany Hope is live on Crenshaw and Adams. And Brittany, yeah, that wet weather not stopping the celebration there.
Hey everyone, rain or shine, Kwanzaa is still happening and the celebration's continuing here in Leimert Park. With us we have Miss Amina. Miss Amina, tell us what's going on here with the intersection of Crenshaw and Adams, and we have a bit of a lineup that's going to start happening soon.
Oh yeah, so the lineup, we got all kind of cars, all kind of entertainers. We have a lot going on. This is going to be fabulous at Crenshaw and Adams. So Kwanzaa is actually going to be a real community event this year. Regardless to rain, weather, or whatever, we're going to have Kwanzaa, and it's going to be very successful. Akil is the guy that actually has been doing this for 40 years? 49 years, yeah. So we have the parade here, and then we're going over to Leimert Park for the Merchant Association is giving a daily Kwanzaa event. So today's event will be at Sika's. Tomorrow's event will be at my spot. Every day we're going to have one of the businesses in Leimert on 43rd and Degnan presenting Kwanzaa.
Perfect. And tell us about the timing, because I know that's happening at night, every night from tonight through January 1st, right? Here in Leimert Park at those businesses?
Yes, at each business from 5 to 7. Awesome. Every night. Yes, we're going to light the candles. We're going to have dancing, African dancing, drummers, a little food, just community. A lot of love, a lot of respect, a lot of honoring the culture and the history of Kwanzaa. And we have Khalifa Bey here, who also is going to have her event on January 1st. Yeah.
If people want to find the rundown, I know every day there's like plant shops, art galleries, even a bakery. Yeah. Where can people find all the information if they want to come join and come celebrate?
They can go on Instagram, Queen Amina.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, yeah. Amina, thank you so much. So yes, if you're here in Leimert Park, if you see stuff going on Crenshaw and Adams, if you see a lineup, that's the parade that's going to start. And then those candle lightings happening every night. And we're reporting 5 to 7. We're reporting in Leimert Park, Brittany Hope for NBC4 News.